Hey, Scott here, Scotty's Animals. So if you've been watching my latest videos, you know I've been growing wheatgrass on the windowsill, and it's been going pretty well. And I've also been sprouting alfalfa sprouts with pretty good success, but I just found a really cool shelving thing. It's a gadget. It's a tray system for sprouting wheatgrass and other sprouts. And look at this. The promise is huge. Imagine this bounty. So the directions said to put the seeds, wheatgrass seeds, in these trays and fill them up with water and let them soak overnight. But I thought maybe it was going to be hard to transfer the wet, sticky seeds into these white trays. So, you know, some of them are falling through, but I put one of the trays, the top tray, put the seeds in the white trays and let them soak in there so that I won't have to move them after they're done soaking. I just thought, you know, just seems like an extra step that's going to be too difficult. So here they are. I'm going to let them soak. I'm supposed to cover them with a parchment paper or something like that. You can also get trays, I guess, or a lid to these trays, but I don't have them. Now this is the next morning. You can see the little tails are already starting to come out. Here's one thing that I did realize. The directions say that they want you to put the seeds in the green tray and fill it up with water and let them soak. That's crazy. Spreading them out dry like I did on the top tray and then filling up the trays deep enough for this to submerge, lifting these trays out and just dumping that water out was so much easier, and these things ended up being distributed. When I had to do that with these other ones, the seeds those are my baked potatoes. The seeds got stuck to the bottom of the tray, and then moving wet seeds onto these things. This is parchment paper. They just want you to cover it. I think they sell some trays online, but we'll see how this works. They want you to keep misting it every whatever, and basically mist it, and then I'm gonna keep a little bit of water in there just underneath the tray line so that the roots have something to dip into, I think is what they want you to do. So I really don't want to keep spraying this 3 times a day for a week. That makes this really high maintenance, and I'm going to try to figure out how to make this really low maintenance. Okay, let's catnap. Okay, so the misting, if you don't keep up with it, makes for a kind of spotty growth. Even though the roots look amazing, you can see there's areas where it's not working. All these bottom 3, that's what I did, but the top one is the one that I started them in this tray, and I just had them soaking, filled with water. And during the whole process, I had them basically almost submerged in water. And you can see this is the most perfect root system. It's amazing. So this one's basically perfect, and it's got to go in the sunshine probably today. It's amazing. Well, look at that. Here's the conclusion. The conclusion is this thing is awesome, but there are some tricks to it. So let's talk about that. In this top one, I filled the seeds on the top tray, if you remember, and I submerged them by filling the whole thing up. I put the seeds on this white tray, and I filled the green tray up with water above the line of the white tray so that those seeds soaked in the white tray. These 3 trays down here, the wheatgrass seeds were soaked in the green tray first and then transferred to the white tray and spread out after they had soaked overnight. It was a little bit difficult to get the wet seeds to spread evenly. They had to be sprayed down several times a day while they sat under the parchment paper is what I chose to use. The ones that stayed slightly submerged or just barely touching the water did the best. And so here you could see that I sort of maintained a spritzing thing, and I probably didn't do very well keeping up with it. But with these, I didn't, same thing. I neglected all of these the same. It's just that this one, I allowed the seeds to stay barely touching that water, and they sprouted roots. And so you can see the root system is much more even. In fact, with this one, when I pulled it out, some of these seeds came out just a little bit ago, and I had to dump them on here. And this water, even though these roots are extremely clean, this water was stinking because I didn't actually change the water for several days, even though it says to every day. And I'm still finding really healthy, pure white roots. So I don't think that you have to be, you don't have to keep up with this as much as they say that you do in the directions. You just have to make sure that early on you keep these seeds just barely touching the water, and that seemed to make certain that this would grow thick. And also, I think I put the seeds too much. I think that there's, even though this is about as dense as you could imagine, I think some of these seeds never got a chance to sprout just because the layer was too thick. Not by much, but maybe I'll use just a little bit less seeds next time. So this thing does come with some sprouting paper, which allows you to plant smaller seeds without them falling through the grids. But I'm excited to try sunflower seeds or some other larger seeds. Maybe some beans of some kind. I mean, look at this. If I could master this and get this much times 4 growing every week, then my piggies will definitely have plenty of grass to munch on. Unlimited wheatgrass! So of course the link to this whole thing and the wheatgrass seeds are in the description, and the more I research and learn, the more I will share with you guys. So I'm even thinking about starting a whole video series called The Guinea Pig Garden. So what do you think about that? So this is what we've all been waiting for. We're gonna have a super grass party. Now, we've been harvesting the little grass trays for a while now, but this is the first time that the piggies get to try out the big grass trays. So let's do it. Come on, boys. Can you believe it? Everyone's getting along. Well, this is our moment of Zen. See how long it lasts. How did I know? Poor Mike. Here, Mike. Bill, you're stepping on it. You're stepping on the grass. I feel like an old man. You kids, get off the grass. You get out of there. Get out of his butt. Get back in your tunnel. Look at him. Irene made this for him. Come on, Bill. Billy, come on, get back. Come on. Come on. Don't you want the grass? Come on. Oh, don't eat the seed. You can always see who the troublemakers are. Who's crying? Is it you crying? What are you crying for? Is it too bright? Is the shade better? Pipsqueak, you've gone too far. You guys, just when I've got Billy calmed down and focused on lettuce, Pipsqueak infiltrates the guinea boar tunnel. Pipsqueak, you haven't earned it. You haven't earned your spot in the tunnel. Not until we hear your demo. Oh, shoot. You're a grown man, Billy. You can deal with your... Oh, hey. Get off of him. Back your butt up into the tunnel. Oh, man. I'm going to have to regulate. Yeah, you get in the tunnel, Mike. And you get over here. You focus on grass. I think Pipsqueak really... Focus. Focus. What are you sniffing over here? Boys will be boys, I guess. This is why we can't have nice things, you guys. No, we can. And we will. We're going to make this a regular thing. Look at, they trampled on the grass, but maybe we can get it to regrow. We still have 2 more trays, and look, I can feed everybody. So just a heads up, I've got a whole video coming about indoor gardening, and I think there's some stuff that you're going to be really excited to see. Some tricks. La, la, la. Some secrets. Here's a preview.
Welcome to the guinea pig garden.
Be nice to him, Bill. Billy's big butt has smushed the grass. Oh, and left a poop. This is like what dog owners have to deal with. Don't eat the seed part. You guys are demolishing the grass. So if you really want to regrow it, instead of having a crazy party like this, you're going to want to cut it and put it in a bowl and give it to him. But, you know, I can't resist having fun like this sometimes. Especially if you guys enjoy it. Be nice to him. Gary, there you go. That's one way to do it. Hey. Gary, be nice to him. Pipsqueak's just over here eating everything. Gotta eat less of the seeds and more of the actual grass. Okay? And you're sniffing Mike's butt. You weirdos. Come on, focus on the grass. I'm sure they would eat more grass if it was one at a time. But it's cute to have them all together. Look who decided to show up late to the party. Better late than never. But the party's already evolved into a bunch of crazy fights. Hey, boys.
Hey, boys.
Okay, shh, 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 shh. And nobody, except for Mike, cares about grass anymore. Boys, calm down. And I am going to lose my fingers, so don't ever try this at home unless you know the demeanor of your piggies. Boys, you guys enjoy this, and I'm going to put everyone else back one by one. Look at that. That was a full thing of grass just a minute ago, and that's why. Here, don't eat the seed part. Don't eat the wheat seed. Okay, guys. Stop. Well, I hope you enjoyed these shenanigans, and if you did, hit that like button. Subscribing's great, but hit that bell notification and you'll know the next time I upload a video too. Uh-oh, the grass is falling over. And stay tuned for that whole guinea pig garden video coming soon.
Welcome to the guinea pig garden.
So just another little update. This is the third one. This is the one second from the bottom, and it ended up filling out pretty good. So once I started soaking the seeds a little bit instead of just trying to spray them down, they really worked great. And can you imagine what a spoiled piggy that had, if you had that rack and only 2 piggies, then, your piggies would always have grass. All right. Oh.